Seem like every captain gotta maintain the cap. You can make change, don't change for that. Tell the whole truth, get paid for that. Bet you never fall off, you was made for that. You gotta be who you really be, shine from the inside. Cause niggas ain't really who they say on the outside. You gotta be who you really be, shine from the inside.
Are you actually autistic? I thought we were just making jokes this whole time.
He can draw a mean pony. Welcome back to Madhouse Podcast, where Boots isn't paying attention. Will
Hey, that
is
ain't none
off
of
in
my
La La
business.
Land,
Always.
and Jeremy's just running his fucking mouth.
Like usual. Now I get down.
So
That's all we do is talk
This-
shit around here, right?
all we do. So this
no
week
less.
we're going to talk about something that I think is probably near and dear to all of us, and that's music. Especially growing up, few different generations here. Probably had different and similar music taste. I think all of us are in the agreement that we like a certain genre, with the exception of Will. What's your beef with country, Will?
I don't mind country.
It's a hell of a way to start. I like it.
Yeah,
Put him on the
yeah.
spot.
I have a couple of country songs I like. It's just not my genre that I listen to a lot.
Like every
I feel
time
that.
you
I
go
don't think
on
I've
the road
been
out to,
properly exposed either. I think that's part of the problem.
every time
Yeah,
we're on the
well-
road out to fucking Martin's or something, we'll have Brad Paisley, Toby Keith, Brooks and Dunn, and Leanne Womack all just blaring because it's backwoods nowhere all the way to his place.
Yeah.
Well, that was the most non-answer to the question. Well, I do like a couple songs. Sir, why are you racist? Well, I got me a couple of black friends.
He said, "What's my problem with country?" And I said, "I don't have a problem with country. I think it's just I haven't been exposed to it. So I don't listen to it. Not that I don't like it. Just I don't have any I don't have a set playlist for it."
I
You
definitely
should.
got a set playlist for country.
Several.
But I don't listen to like new country, and I wouldn't recommend listening to new country if you were looking to venture into country.
There's
Yeah.
a couple of bangers, hit or misses, but
But like 90s,
I mean,
early 2000s?
Yeah, 90s, early
shit.
2000s is prime, late 80s, all through
What
the 90s.
what is give me a particular artist that I can start out with that you guys would
George Strait.
think
I did.
would like.
Brad
Alan
Paisley.
Jackson, Brad Paisley.
Okay.
I could send you
Brooks
some
and
stuff.
Dunn,
Yeah, if you don't
Montgomery
mind.
Gentry,
I know good and well
Yeah.
you know Toby Keith.
John Michael.
I mean, I've heard the
Montgomery.
names, but I just
Fuck Garth Brooks. A lot of people hate on him, but fuck, man, Garth Brooks has been running banger after banger for decades.
Keith
Okay.
Urban.
Easy on that
Here and
one.
there.
Tim McGraw.
Yeah, Tim McGraw's still putting out some bangers though.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Honestly, modern country, I know you mentioned it, most of it is just so it's so pop music, it's gross. Like,
Where'd you go with Zach Brown Band?
it's still poppy, but it's better.
Yeah.
Better than
So
most.
Zach Brown Band is one of those where like I will handpick the songs off the album.
Okay. That's fair.
You know, like Chicken Fried and Toes in the Water and shit like that. Like
Yeah,
those are
yeah,
good
yeah.
bangers and stuff like that. But like the rest of the album, I probably couldn't tell you another song off that album
That's fair.
because I've
What
listened
about
to it.
what do you
Go
guys like? What do you guys think of Brantley Gilbert?
I like Brantley Gilbert, but you know, I also like Jason Aldean as well. And I'm sure you guys know that Brantley Gilbert wrote probably 95% of Jason Aldean's songs. So I like them. There's some of them
Will's
where
over
they're
there
a little.
Googling.
Nope.
There's a few of them that are a little like gimmicky or just
A little corny.
yeah. But like him and it's always funny when you got who is it, Justin Moore, that's got that song like I Could Kick Your Ass,
Oh yeah.
which is a banger of a song. Don't get me wrong, but dude, you're all of 4'9", bro. You ain't kicking nobody's ass. You might be able to headbutt them in the ass.
I think it was you guys know that comedian Bo Burnham.
Yep.
And he does that song called Pandering, where he's talking
Yep,
about
yep.
like modern country music, like talking about growing up on the farm. Like, motherfucker, you flew here on a private jet and you have $5,000 handmade Lucchese's on. Don't tell me
Right.
about blue collar shit, bro. Like,
I can't hate though, dude. I would love me a fucking pair of Luke Casey's.
either some snakes or some gators.
Yeah.
How do you guys get with like music transitions? Do you just get in like a certain mood, or were you transition from like Toby Keith to Dirty Heads to Slipknot to Higher Education, all in the same?
Mine's all
Alright.
mood based.
Am I driving?
Yes.
Here's the
'Cause
question.
that changes shit big time.
Here's the question. Am I driving across town or am I driving across country?
problem. Real.
Here to Atlanta.
Because there's different. Okay, so even there, that's different because, you know, I would say I'd put a certain playlist on, and it depends on my mood that day. But if I'm going like just further than Atlanta, say I'm going anything further than like 3 hours, bro, I'm putting my songs on shuffle and I'm listening to everything, bro. We are gangsters 1 second, we're fucking farmers the next second, and then the next second we're
Fucking
slutting it
headbanging.
out with some fucking with
Got
some
some
Miley
fair
Cyrus.
share to get my Green Day going. Like,
Yeah, and then we're fucking headbanging to some of the heaviest shit that you've ever fucking heard. And it is the most bipolar experience you have ever fucking met, but we are getting it.
And there's some Sinatra in there, some Michael
Oh, yeah.
Bublé. You're getting
Some
a little
little-
bit of everything out of that mix, man.
You might cry in between, you know, because something came on and like what's that Brad Paisley song that he did with Alison Krauss?
Oh, dude. Yeah, I know. I forget what
what's
it's called.
that?
I know what you're talking about.
Google knows. Stand by.
Yeah, I can't think of it, but like, you know, he's talking about he went off to war and then they kill themselves for each other.
Whiskey Lullaby.
Whiskey Lullaby. Yeah, make you cry every
Mhm.
time, bro.
Yep.
I think you showed me.
He's
that on
really good
YouTube.
too, though.
I think we listened to it once in a Mercedes.
Yeah, probably. That's one of my. So I've got like a list of like do not skips
Yeah.
because I'm very bad about. I'll sit there and fucking skip for 10 minutes straight. Just
Oh yeah.
Then you get home and you're like, well, fuck.
yeah.
Yeah. You listen to shit on the way home.
Yeah.
You listen to the first 10 seconds of everything in your playlist.
Yeah, but the
Letters from
purpose of
Home.
it-
John Michael Montgomery. Are you crying?
I'm getting sad.
Yeah, that's tough. Or this,
Yeah, I'm getting sad. I don't
the-
think I'm crying.
we can go back even further than that and go with Chris Ledoux, this Cowboys hat.
Oh, that's a good one. That's
That's
also
a
on the do
fucking
not
damn
skip
good
list. Yeah. So yeah, no, like the whole goal though is to like find the best song before you pull into your neighborhood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
I hate that that's true though, because nobody will hear it 9 times out of 10.
Right.
But like that's the energy that I'm going to take with me out of the vehicle and into the house or into work or into
Right.
wherever I'm
Yeah.
going.
So it's like before you get into the
That's-
neighborhood or
that's
like
true.
before you pull into like your work parking lot, school parking lot, you're just sitting there trying to find the perfect song right before you pull. This dude just shoved a whole ass glizzy.
He did it all slow like too. He's like, oh yeah. No man, I've made it to where like I will sit in the car until I've found the song and finished it
Oh yeah.
before I go in. Wherever I'm at, I'm like, I don't care if I'm gonna be fucking late. Like,
Oh yeah, I've done that plenty of times, bro. Like I gotta finish the song or like it just started. So
yeah,
and then sometimes I've even gone to the point to where like all right, I know I'm going to like school or work the next morning. So like I'll sit there and try to find the perfect song to start my morning off with before I hop out of the car. Because I don't really listen to music on my phone in the house. I've got Apple TV and MacBook and all that, you know. So I usually just put it on the sound bar through the TV.
But
I'll
if
try
I'm
to
half
find, like-
asleep and like getting in the car or truck in my case, and it connects up with like max volume, like duality, no, that's not happening.
I'd probably rock out to it.
yeah.
If I'm awake, absolutely.
Half asleep, awake, it doesn't matter. I'm still pushing my fingers into my eyes.
I hate that it took me just a split second. Terrible.
He said it, and then it just started playing in my head. And I was like, "Fuck,
Push my
now I want to
fingers
listen. Now I want to
into
listen to it."
Mhm.
It's either that or kneel down and clear the stone of leaves. Man, that's another. Holy shit! Shut up, everybody! Shut the fuck up. All knobs right.
So what is your music background, Will? Like, what did you grow up listening to? Do you play any instruments? Have you ever played any instruments? And like concerts that you've been to?
So I started out listening to mainly what my dad listened to. That's just like 90s rock alternative. And it was my half brother that actually kind of steered me a little off of just that main line to kind of
half?
explore some. My mom's side. What?
Nothing. Go.
But yeah, it really just started with that. I used to play piano a little bit. I wouldn't call myself good by any means. I certainly can't play it now because it's been way too long, but I've been wanting to pick it back up. And
And yet it still had a prominent place in your living room for the longest.
yeah,
Yeah, but pianos are one of those things where like it's just acceptable to have out.
yeah, it's kind of like a
Like
folk
no
piece.
Decor. Yeah.
Yeah, no matter if it gets played or doesn't, like it's fine to just sit there and be a piano and exist in your house. You know what I'm saying? Whereas like
I wanted
Somebody's-
like a Clavinova because those look really nice.
Who?
As
Excuse me.
something about Casanova.
I think you could take antibiotics for that, bud.
Double shot and pills.
What was your third part of that question?
Like concerts that you've been
concerts.
to,
Concerts.
favorite, least favorite, whatever, just a general.
We know one you've been to.
Yeah. I've seen Being as an Ocean live. I don't remember who opened for him. That was a fun show. They played at New Brooklyn Tavern. It's probably one of my favorites. And then the show that I went to with you guys for higher education, Bastard Sons, and who else
Bumpin'
played?
Uglies.
Bumping
Yeah.
uglies.
Yeah.
That,
The
that was a
headliner?
good show.
A lot of fun.
It was a good show. I enjoyed it. Bastard Sons, man. That definitely
They were cool.
gets that gets you hyped
Yeah.
up.
They really brought the tone up in that
Yeah.
venue.
Yeah.
It was honestly kind of surprising for now, considering who else was playing, but it was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was an interesting combination. Well, you know, Bumpin' Uglies plays reggae, but also a combination of
Punk.
that punk, you know, style, or they put
Ska?
punk vibes. Yeah, they put like, well, it's like more punk than ska, but some ska vibes. But they put punk vibes into like their reggae.
Yeah.
I mean, you've heard, you know, Bumpin' Uglies. But the Bastard Sons is like is just a punk band. So who opened up was Higher Education, which is, you know, kind of the same as Bumpin' Uglies. I'd put them a little bit more reggae. And then
Yeah.
it went into Bastard Sons, which is, you know,
like
punk
pub
and-
song type
yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
So
Of those, Bastard Sons actually have the most that I added to my collection.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Weirdly enough.
Bro, never say die. Whenever that comes, like there are occasions where I'm driving, I'm just like, I want to listen to that. I just want to get pumped up real quick.
Good-
I'm
good
going
band out of
to. Other than that, I'm going to see
Modelo?
21 Pilots here soon with my aunt.
Sponsor us.
I think we
Jesus
have
Christ,
one more.
bro. Therapy's
One
that
more
bad,
show.
huh?
We got one more show planned. I don't remember.
I've
what
heard
it is
21
that's
Pilots
on.
puts on a good show, though. I haven't seen them.
I actually have too. I talk shit, but I've heard similar that their live performance is pretty gnarly.
And
But
then
to
Blue-
circle back, you made mention to like pub style music. So, do you guys listen to the Flogging Molly, Dropkick Murphy type of? I know
Oh, the
you
Irish
fucking
rocks.
do. Yeah.
Every
They're
now and
like
again.
drinking rock.
What's the famous Dropkick Murphy? Something about Boston.
Shipping back to Boston.
Yeah, shipping. Yeah,
Yep.
that's one of my favorites, man.
If you guys are
Yeah,
looking
if
for a
that
really good
doesn't
one,
fucking just
Yeah.
from the middle fire you shit up, dude, we're not friends.
if you're looking for a really good one, listen to it like right after this. The Rumjacks, an Irish pub song.
Bro, that keeps coming up on my YouTube recommendations.
Bro,
Don't mind if
listen
I
to
do.
it.
100% banger.
Listen to it because you will instantly add that shit to your playlist. And anytime you get a drink in your hand, you just want to fucking
Just march around like
yeah.
headbutt somebody.
So no, that's a good one. What about you, Boots? What about your history of music?
History of music. Early on, it started off with sitting in the back seat of an Avalanche with a whole case of everything that was Elvis sitting under my seat. And it was either that or listen to 50s on 5 or 60s on 6 in front of me. So, you know me, I was picking
serious?
Elvis. Yeah, I was picking Elvis.
That's right. Elvis was picking the black community, so that's fine.
Jesus.
Oh.
But that was when the old man was driving. With Gran or Mom was driving, it was country ass shit. So anything from Dolly Parton all the way to some of the, at the time, modern country that we were talking about earlier. And that's how that got wired into the brain meat. And I kind of had to find my own way as far as rock. Like, well, you remember
Yeah, you're
95
still
Rock.
not really into it, are you?
95.1.
Yep. Heavy?
That-
No. But like Chevelle tier, you're good. I like Chevelle.
It's
Wouldn't
hard
say
though
so.
because
Get back-
a lot of what you
wouldn't-
would consider rock now, like somehow gets labeled as metal, or maybe it's the other way around. I don't remember. But anytime I try to go find something new, it's really hard because some of the metal
Well,
stuff is getting listed.
If I hear a
as more like
banshee or a
rock.
goat, then that's a little
So,
higher than I'm more
Metal
like.
is listed under the umbrella of rock.
Yeah.
Didn't you watch
I don't
Trolls
wanna-
2?
I'm not trying to hear in my shit.
Well, don't talk to Drew then, because that's Drew's vibe.
I don't know,
Yeah.
man. I get down to some of that shit, and like, it's not as much as like, so like I'll enjoy listening to it and shit like that, like Lorna Shore and stuff like that, where it's just straight just. I get down with some of that shit. It's more about like the live shows that really like put that genre into just a category of its own, bro. Like starting off with like back in the day with Whitechapel, they had their Wall of Death, where it's like really, really interactive with the crowd, bro. Where they'd be like stand like right in the middle of the stage, pretty much, and be like, "Part the fucking sea," like right here, and then you'd pretty much fucking force everyone to one side or the other, and then they're like, when I you guys heard that?
Yeah.
When I hit this fucking breakdown, I want to see the pit fucking just destroy each other, and those two fucking walls just from about 50 yards apart come running full blast.
It's like a scene from Braveheart, bro, and it is equally as bloody when you get to the middle. It's
No, I
brutal.
think
Yeah,
so.
I saw them. I saw Whitechapel with Job for a Cowboy and Black Dahlia at one time, and it was fucking gnarly, dude. Even the circle pits. The circle pits are so fucking fast. Can't keep up, man, and you don't dare go through the bullshit to get to the middle because it's even worse there.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing too, is like you don't want to cross the pit, bro, because if people catch you crossing the pit, they will fucking throw your ass. Literally throw you.
It's a ride.
But that's where like just like the like comes from when it comes to like metal and shit like that, bro. Like if you've never just been to a metal show and just been inside of a live pit, the rush and adrenaline that you get being inside that pit is insane.
Right. And like Boots said or attempted to reenact earlier, metal vocalists are more of an additional percussion instrument. And so when you listen to it in the truck on the way home, it doesn't have that same
Feel to it.
effect, that percussion effect, as when you're live and you can feel all the music fucking pumping through you, and everybody else is on the same level. Like, good therapy.
Yeah.
Good shit, man.
And so, yeah, like, you know, oh, bro, excellent therapy. You know, and so I don't really listen to metal too much, just like hanging out at the house or whatnot. I'll listen to it here and there, depends on my mood, but it's a very seldom thing. It's just I listen to them to kind of like know who they are, and then see if I'd even like seeing them live. And then, you know, seeing them live, like I said, is a whole other thing. What were you saying, Will?
So for me is I listen to a lot of the lighter stuff. Like I'm by no means on Drew's level of what it is, but like Under Oath and that sort of where you've got cleans and screaming, and it's pretty even, if not more clean, then that's usually what I end up listening to.
Yeah, well,
I
and the
probably
thing
got a
about
whole
those,
playlist for you then.
yeah, the thing about that stuff too is like it's fun, and you're gonna see pits at that show, but you're not gonna see a pit.
Oh
to the
yeah,
same
like
caliber.
I haven't been to any shows like that, so I wouldn't know.
You'll see pits, and they're fine, but you get into like some of the heavy metal pits, dude, and these things, it looks like if you watch like just like the aerial footage, it looks like a hurricane, dude. Like I don't know how else to explain it. That's literally what it looks like.
I'm about to go on YouTube real quick. I
Yeah.
can look it up.
Just look up like
Yeah.
Circle Mosh Pit, dude, and it looks, you know.
Aggressive, to say the least.
Anyways, back to you, Boots.
No, I would listen to some of that lighter shit for a good while there, and I still do sometimes. But you also had like things like Paramore back in the day when they were still kind of new-ish. And you can't be mad at Paramore. Come on.
Not at all.
Misery Business comes on, man.
Oh, bro, I'm screaming at the top of my lungs.
Facts.
And
Yeah.
Crush, and fucking All I Wanted, and fucking bro, that
That's what
chick
you
is
get?
badass, dude. She's good.
And
man.
we'll still be jamming a Blue October on a daily basis.
No, not really. I mean, I'm going to see the show because it's my aunt's like favorite band, so we're going to go see them on the.
I was
2nd.
joking. I didn't know you were actually going to a show.
Bro, if you fuck with them, bro. You don't have to make
Yeah.
excuses.
No, I only know.
Check
I only
it out, man.
listen to like Into the Ocean. I'm not. I wouldn't really consider myself a fan.
Hate
I
Me
like
comes
Into the
on,
Ocean,
you're not going to
that's
say
about it.
shit.
Do what?
Hate Me comes on, and you're not going to say shit.
Oh, that's true. Hate Me is good too.
It seems to me like you're more of a fucking fan than he is. You're over here naming off all the songs.
Bro,
Are you gonna
took
bash
the words
someone?
right out of my mouth. I was
I know
just gonna
too.
be like, you sure do know a lot about the fucking man, bro.
I know two. One of them because of my association with Will.
Which
Oh,
one?
got a whole
'Cause those
poster
are the
on
only
the
two
ocean.
that I fuck with. Yeah,
It
I
seems like you
Into
know the
Ocean,
same
man.
amount. Yeah, it seems like you know the same amount that he does. So pitch you right
He
on
was
the
just
same
a-
level.
For a long time there, he was really, really willing to put either one of those on at any given moment. And
I mean, I
that's
still
just-
will. I'm not saying like I won't. It's just I wouldn't call myself a fan.
He's like those fucking videos that are going around TikTok right now when it's like, you know, I walk outside and my neighbors are playing Nickelback and he's just like crash.
I fuck with Nickelback. Hard,
Looks to the
bro.
side and starts singing. That's Boots right now. Just
I never
We'll
understood
get-
the hate, bro.
I was gonna say, oh well, since you brought that up, I was gonna say we'll get into it, but I don't get the hate either, dude. Like I fuck with Nickelback,
Yeah,
Creed,
I
either.
fuck with them hard.
and it's the same. Creed, yeah,
Creed,
Yeah.
Creed and Nickelback, I think they just hit
Creed,
at the
Nickelback.
wrong time. People didn't appreciate them in the moment when they were trying to do their thing, and they still had tremendous commercial success even when they did, even
Yeah.
with all the hate.
Well, I
I
don't
was
think
gonna say,
I don't
like-
think it's a I don't think it's a hate thing. I think it's more of like a mainstream thing, like a
Yeah,
you know, hey, the internet doesn't like these people, so therefore I don't like these people type of thing.
A caveat: Five Finger Death Punch is still like kids' butthole AIDS. It is literally the worst shit ever. And I'm gonna say this because I get a lot of hate, but I'm gonna put Volbeat in that same category of just gross.
Eh.
It's their
I've never
voice,
heard-
you said
dude. I
Volbeat?
just
Volbeat?
Volbeat.
I've never heard a
I've
song
never
from
heard-
them,
I've never
or maybe
heard
I've
them.
heard a song, just didn't.
Yeah,
you
Oh.
1000% have. And when
You just
hear
don't
it,
know it
you'll
was
go,
them.
oh yeah, Well, whatever.
Didn't know it was them, but I don't that genre of rock, like the bro rock, we'll call it the
Yeah.
I don't know, the fucking monster hat, flat bill, you know what I'm saying, with the Dickies
Yeah.
on and the fucking socks pulled up, still wearing etnies back in 2022.
Yeah.
Punched a
Has
few
some
fucking
version of a quote tattooed right here.
punched a few walls in his fucking day, like that.
I know
that
that
genre-
fucking guy. I know 1,000 dudes just like that. They're all in
They're all over
Arizona.
Phoenix, bro.
2012 boots, definitely mainline monster and listen to Volbeat. So
Oh, dude, yeah, it's gross, man.
That doesn't surprise me. You're a very bro-ish dude at heart. Like you've changed, but you could tell like you were a bro. Like you definitely had like the Juggalo vibes to you. Tell me I'm wrong.
All right, hear me out. To this day, I could probably quote their entire discography.
ICP.
Yeah, probably.
Jesus Christ.
I could never do it, man.
Dude, you know what else is another fucking stereotype of those dudes is the Metal Militia Chevron sticker in the back of the truck, and then the KTM badge for the bike that they don't own.
Yeah. for the KTM that they don't afford because they have the fucking Honda that they stole in the bed.
Yeah. I think I would still. I know this is probably unpopular opinion, but I'd take a Honda 450F over a KTM all day long. But that's another topic. We'll get back
So
get into
we're
that.
actually selling the bike. I'm gonna get something a little bit smaller.
You got a KTM?
No, my father gave me his old Honda Cruiser, so we're just gonna end up selling it.
Anyway,
Speaking of
Sweet,
bikes.
an avocado.
I love that fucking video.
So,
It's so
Vince, do you-
fucking funny.
do you play any instruments besides the skin flute?
is
Jimmy's
a
over there all
master.
guilty too because he's like, "Oh shit."
Does that not count? Because I feel like I've been playing that son of a bitch. for
is
long.
mayonnaise an instrument?
Man, there's a lot of people watching me right now.
So do you though, Boots? No instruments?
No,
Never
no.
tried, or because I feel like
I tried a few, and I don't know, it just never quite worked out.
Like if you put the energy in, you'd actually be really good.
that's what I was gonna say because of his disorder. Because of his autism. I feel like you'd be good at. I feel like you'd be good if you put the time and effort into learning to play an instrument.
I feel like
The
he likes
last one-
vocals more though.
I really do.
No, and he's good at singing. I'll give him that.
Yeah, have a lot better than I am.
The last instrument I tried was the violin, and that lasted all of 2 months of just zero progress.
Now, can you read music?
I could in like 8 years ago, and I could probably pick it back up like that. But
It's not science, bro. Like
yeah,
it doesn't change every year. Music is the same as it's been.
yeah, but it's still
Reading
it's
a
like
sheet of
little
music.
switch. I'd be
Yeah,
forgetting.
Yeah, but it's a diminishing task or like a skill
Yeah.
set. If you don't do it regularly, you're gonna look at
You don't
it
need
and
to
go,
relearn it, but you got a refresher. You got to have a refresher.
Yeah, you got to pick it up. You can pick it up easily. Anyways, okay. So concerts. What kind of concerts you been to?
Be honest, the concert with you guys was the only, what I'd say, real concert I've been to.
Really?
Yeah.
We gotta change that.
Hey, bro. Well, going out to Phoenix, there's a fuck ton of concerts, bro.
Y'all need to come out to Country Thunder one year
Where's that at? Texas?
in
Phoenix.
Florence. Yeah.
Yeah, well, outside of Phoenix, but it's
Like Italy?
Arizona. Yes.
Shit, I want to go to
Yes.
Italy.
It's at
Yeah,
the
all these-
fairgrounds, like southeast part of town.
It's a 3-4 day event. I don't know. It used to be 4 days. I don't know if they shortened it to 3.
Yeah, it's pretty. You know.
And it's headlined by all your major country artists. And you can camp there and do whatever. Well, whatever
That's
is
what you do,
is yeah.
Whatever.
You see a lot of interesting shit at Country Thunder.
A lot of fights, a lot of booze, a lot of
Boobs.
boobies,
Oh.
lots of boobies. Not always in pairs. Not always in pairs. I'd like to point out. Sometimes you're just hammered at a campsite and they got like pit bikes and fucking side by sides and shit. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a weird energy out there. But you'll just walk
Bunch of
by
country
somebody's
ass motherfuckers.
campsite, and this poor chick who hasn't been to bed yet, has got her freaking shirt like this, and you're just going, oh, darling, puking shit and just fucking.
She's got shit on her? Goddamn.
I mean, the porta johns out there are interesting.
Somebody get her to bed, please.
Ah, Christ! Somebody
Just
get her
hose her
some,
off.
some wet wipes and a fucking cold water.
What about you, Jeremy? What is your history of music?
Many.
So, everybody's musical taste is pretty well, ingrained, pretty young, based on what your folks listen to.
Granddad
mom
would never have listened
listened-
to Baby.
What?
Granddad would have never been listening to Baby.
You don't
That's
know
because
that.
you ran out when you were a baby. He didn't listen to shit. He sure didn't listen. to
No,
the baby.
Granddad, not my
He
dad.
was at the store getting milk.
No, the old man that was there, not the middle-aged
anyway.
man who fucked off.
So, my mom listened to a lot of like, more 60s and 70s kind of lighter rock. Lots of like Cher and Melissa Etheridge, Janis Joplin, Eagles, CCR, very much like the 60s into the 70s part. Every Sunday was cleaning the house day, and that shit was fucking cranked to 11, and you were busy. You were smelling like Fabuloso and Pine Sol from the time you get up, the time, you know what I mean? And so, my dad listened to more 70s into 80s, more of the harder shit. And so I listen to a lot of shit, a lot of different stuff coming up. My dad listened, and that whole side of the family is kind of where I got country music from. And my grandpa more than anything else, he listens to that just god awful, just nails on a chalkboard fucking country. Old shit like 60s country and
Hank Senior.
oh fucking everything is in 4/4. It's all the same fucking music. Just
There's music in the background, but it's a guy sitting on a stool just talking.
oh yeah, it was bad. But I know the lyrics to damn near all of it at this point because it's been ingrained in there, and so.
Hopefully, she's got a boy named Sue memorized.
Yeah,
That was a
and
good.
so
That was a
then
good song.
Yeah, it was though. Like, it's gonna be,
It was funny.
It's tough, buddy. You better figure shit out. Life sucks, regardless of what your name is. But so anyway, kind of preteen days, I started to get into metal big time. I picked the guitar up, I think at 12-ish, maybe 13. And I attempted to play that for years and years and years and years. I switched to bass for a long time. I played bass guitar for a while. That was definitely more my speed. With the bass came, when you play guitar, man, and especially as somebody who came up with like a rock background, man, I just want to shred, man. I want like chunky, gnarly riffs. I want like shit that I can like chug to, and Pantera was like the end all be all for me as a teenager. That was the greatest fucking band to walk the earth.
Pantera
And then fucking Dime died when I was like 17, so that was fucking life altering. Like, anyway, and so but when I switched to bass, I really started to. I got into the funk like crazy. I got into reggae like fucking crazy because those were those nasty, just thick ass walk around fucking bass lines that I enjoyed playing. So I really got into, George Clinton. I got into, all kinds of shit, playing bass, and then I don't know, man, I just picked shit up along the way. Um, the country stuff, the hip hop stuff it never goes away. Um, shit like that. Concerts, bro, I could probably fill a 5-gallon bucket up with ticket stubs of concerts that I went to because being at ASU,
Heavens.
you're dead
Yeah.
smack in the middle of town, and there's
Bro,
like
Phoenix-
you can't swing
Phoenix,
a
dude,
dead
there is
cat without
something
hitting a
every
show.
weekend. There is a banger of a show in Phoenix, bro. Like I was actually
And-
looking for like the weekend that we're out there. Who is it? They sing that song "Sleepwalking."
You got I need more than that.
Who is it? Bring Me the Horizon is playing the weekend that we're out there.
Oh, banger! Where are they
Are we
playing?
going to
Mesa
see him?
Inn?
Because
Are they playing at?
I'd be down.
Do you remember where they're
Um,
playing?
Grand Canyon Casino, I think.
Oh, way up there. Got it. Yeah.
Yeah, tickets weren't bad, bro. They were $65, and that's why he was saying, like if you are bored on a weekend in Phoenix, bro, you are
It's
broke.
a personal problem.
Yeah,
Broke or not?
you were
looking.
broke, and for lack of looking, bro, because you can go see a headliner band at any given weekend for $60 to $70 a ticket.
Where you can
What
take a
was some of
light
that?
rail into town and get nosebleed seats to almost any major sporting event for under $40 round trip. Okay,
Well,
not
if
the
you're-
Coyotes or the Cardinals because they're all the way on the west side, but whatever.
Maybe
So they-
$60.
yeah, no.
But yeah, no, yeah. If you're bored in Phoenix, bro, like it's for lack of looking. You wanted to be bored. Because on top
We're
of that,
scared to leave home.
there's Camelback Mountain. There's a bunch of other just
Bro.
outdoor things, dude.
See more concerts than you. Shut the fuck up.
So
Only by
house
one.
more than you
Only
have.
by one. but
No, so I guess my background is growing up. My mom, my dad listened to fucking everything, bro. Like from Metallica to fucking Nirvana to Janis Joplin to you name it. At that time in the 90s and 70s to 90s, they fucking listened to it and it was played. So that's kind of how I got my just jumbled like of everything. Specifically, they listen to a lot of like 90s alternative stuff like that.
Yes, sir.
And so that's where, 90s alternative, bro, I am undefeated when it comes to if you put on just a fucking quick little riff or a quick little fucking,
yeah.
whatchamacallit, I will fucking name that song like that.
Oh yeah,
those
pretty much
one
anything
note
by Chris
challenges or whatever.
Yeah. Just 90s alternative. I listened to the fuck ton of that. And then when I was, summer times with the grandparents, it was late 80s, early 90s country. John Michael Montgomery, George Strait, Alan Jackson, and all of them.
Mm-hmm.
So grew up with just a jumbled mix of music just being ingrained into me. Instruments, played guitar, bass. Bass is still my favorite to this day. I actually want to pick up another bass guitar. As Jeremy said, same, yeah, I want an acoustic, and then I want to get a bass. Like Jeremy said, same thing. Bass led me to funk, playing big guitar. led me to funk and shit like that.
What was that shit you had? You added to my library on the way out to Martin's one time. Was it CNG? Like,
Oh yeah,
who else was
that's
that?
Yeah, CNG.
Capone, fucking yeah,
King Lil
Heavy
G.
Riders,
King
fucking-
Lil J, yeah, all those West Coast guys. They have
Yeah.
some funk to their hip hop,
I fucked with
and
him.
then hip hop.
But that's
Hip
all.
hop?
That's all fucking like that West Coast rap started off as.
Yeah,
They just sampled old funk albums.
yeah. My hip hop, my punk, like ska punk, and metal, and all that shit. That came from my uncle who lived with us for a little while. Which these two will meet when we go out to Phoenix.
Word.
But that's where like and then he took me to a fuck ton of concerts growing up and shit like that. But yeah, so I played, acoustic, I played electric guitar, played the big guitar, played the djembe, those little what is it, the jam boxes? I'm talking about like the little drum boxes.
Hmm.
And then all through high school, actually, believe it or not, I was in band and played trombone.
Tromboner.
Yep.
I can see that.
So
Odd with the little fingers. Maybe it's just that
yeah,
long arms, little fingers.
yeah. I'd love to learn how to play the saxophone, the trumpet, and the piano.
Oh, dude.
Those are still on my list of instruments to learn. Probably love to learn how to sing too, but I don't have a fucking voice, bro. You don't want to hear me singing. The rest of the world hears it every day as I'm driving by. I'm a shitty singer, man. There's no ways around it.
Which is sad because I too wish I could sing, and I have such an appreciation for good singers, and it just fuck, dude. I wish I could. It's
I love
bloody to
just amazing vocals, bro. Jeremy and I send them back and forth all the time, and then occasionally we'll put it in like group chat and stuff like that. But like whenever we find just somebody that just has a fucking crisp voice, bro, we'll just send it to each other and be like, "Yo." But
Last one I remember was Jeremy sending. Last one that I actually watched was Jeremy sending a bunch of people singing to "Take Me to Church," like back to back to back.
yeah. Well,
actually, his name on TikTok is like Mace Windu or some shit like that, but his name is Joshua Johnson. He's the guy who he had some shit go viral recently. I'll put it in the chat. I forget what it's called, but I'll send it to you.
Word.
yeah. And as far as concerts go for me, bro, I have seen
Many?
them all, man. Way too many to even count. I guess I'll go with like top 3 for me. Sitting at number 1, just because of the concert it was. Will never ever get recreated again. Was the last time Kiss ever played in full get up.
Yeah, but Kiss had like 10 fucking farewell tours, bro. They like every other year they had a new farewell tour. So which farewell tour did you hit?
But they never did it in full get up. Full
I
makeup,
thought they always
full
did.
costume.
I didn't...
Nope. It was the last time they ever played in full makeup, full costume. And it was Kiss, like,
Yeah, my stepdad was really into Kiss, so I got subjected to that pretty early on, which is crazy, bro, because their aesthetic, like their visual, doesn't match their music at all. Their shit is soft, bro. It really is just horrendously soft. Not for the time, I get it.
I would say at the time,
it's big soft, bro.
Yeah, at that time, Kiss was a revolutionary band. Nobody had ever done hard rock. So they were revolutionary for their time, and that, like I said, probably one of the best concerts I've ever been to, just because of that.
Pyrotechnics, the stage show,
Yeah.
the Motley Crue was like that too, man. That was
Yeah.
a gnarly fucking show.
Second, like best or just favorite show. I wouldn't say it's best; it's just favorite. Would have to be I saw Sublime with Rome, with 311, Cypress Hill, and Darius Rucker opening up. Yeah.
That doesn't sound like a bad little gig.
You know
So it
what's
was
crazy?
very-
I saw Snoop opened for the Chili Peppers at a concert that I went to,
Yeah.
and that was interesting crowd. It was it was a very
Yeah.
interesting crowd.
So
I want to go to
it
that
was-
show. Like, what are you...
it
I
was
don't think I'd
weird.
remember it if I'm being honest.
It was weird, but just the main trio of just Cypress Hill, 311, and
Mhm.
Sublime with Rome. And I'll tell you, bro, there wasn't a motherfucker in that crowd that wasn't high. And if you
Whether it
weren't,
was
you
by
got
choice or not.
yeah. I was saying if you weren't, you got a contact high because you couldn't walk through a fucking cloud without, it was just a cloud of smoke. Especially once, Cypress Hill came on first. So they just set the mood right there. And it was just a great time, bro. And then third is probably Rage Against the Machine.
Oh, dude,
I would love to see Rage Against the
them.
Machine,
So
man.
I saw them back
Yeah.
in their prime. I was young. And that was just, it was an amazing fucking show, dude. Still to this day, I always joke around with my wife and tell her I'm pissed off at Jameson for being born because I was going to scoop tickets for their reunion tour that they had in North Carolina. That was like the closest that they were going to be here. But Jameson was born that weekend.
Ooh, what a dick.
And well, I mean, if you know, Rage Against, bro, they don't go on tour very often.
No.
That's the first time
really
in
don't.
10 years. That was the first time in 10 years they had been on tour. So I missed out on that one. I guess I got to wait another 10 years and hope that they don't kick the fucking bucket in that time, huh?
Hey, but Jameson will be 10 by then. You get to take him with you and go, strap in, little fucker. It's about to get wild.
See what you made me miss.
I'm still surprised that Vin Diesel made music. I still like catches me off
Oh
guard.
my god. Can we not?
Anyways, I don't think I have like a least favorite show.
I got one.
All right.
Slayer.
Disappointed with Slayer, huh?
Awful, bro. You could have put fucking cardboard cutouts on the stage and just played their greatest hits album over the fucking PA, and it would have been what we went to go see, bro. They, believe it or not, opened for Manson that night.
I've seen them, and I've seen Manson. Manson was good. Slayer,
It was a rave.
I saw them a different time. I think by the time Slayer got to stage, I want to say I saw them at Warped Tour. I'm not sure I was cognitive enough to remember them actually playing, but I have seen them.
Yeah, it was boring.
it's-
They played Raining Blood. Everybody lost their shit, and then it went back to fucking boring.
Yeah, well, it was the Phoenix Warped Tour, so it's summertime. Probably 120 fucking degrees out there. Probably 140 on the asphalt.
At Cricket Pavilion or
yeah.
Desert Sky Pavilion or whatever the fuck they
Yeah.
call it now.
Probably 140 on the asphalt, and I'm pounding beers like a fucking dumbass. So, Warped Tour was great too, dude. I loved Warped Tour back in the day. I heard like the last few years kind of fell off and there wasn't shit there, but
Then they
It's 'cause
just
the
stopped
bands
doing it.
fell off. Like,
yeah,
the
well,
quality of fucking good pop punk bands fucking
Yeah,
fell
I was
off,
gonna
too.
what made Warped Tour wasn't popular anymore. There's still only a few people doing pop punk.
Yeah.
Kenny Hoopla's out there keeping it real. As much as people want to
don't
hate
even
on
know who that
MG, I'll have to send you some of his stuff because I think you'll like it. As much as people hate on MGK, dude, like that first pop punk album that he came out with was a fucking banger in the sense of pop punk.
Yeah.
It is definition pop punk, dude.
I can't even say that I have honestly listened to it.
Give it a listen. I can send you the album name if you're not sure of it. Give it a listen, bro.
Okay.
But
Has Kenny Hoopla come out with anything new recently?
He came out with a new album not too long ago.
Okay. Have to check it out. See if it's the one I've been listening to or not.
Yeah. No, he's really, really good. Kenny Hoopla has been one of my favorites recently. Play.
I'm trying to see if they're going to do a Carolina Rebellion again.
I've heard mixed reviews about Carolina Rebellion.
So, Michael and Richard both went there a couple of times, and they had a good time. I don't remember why I wasn't able to go. I remember wanting to, because 2018 was, according to this, Alice in Chains, Stone Temple Pilots, Bullet for My Valentine, Under Oath. Who else do I give a fuck about? Hailstorm was there, The Used, Queens of the Stone Age, Incubus. They got Billy Idol to come out, so not that I did that. But
Wouldn't understand what thing he's saying these days.
right.
Like fucking Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah. And there's a bunch of others for people that like having black nail polish all year round, but I'm not as familiar with them.
You never got into emo?
Huh.
Like My Chemical Romance wasn't your thing?
Not enough to have the nail polish and everything.
I wasn't
you
asking,
don't-
like...
No, I'm
have to
saying
have
like
nail
just-
polish.
I'm saying to like degrees, because after
Bro, you
like, a
can't
certain
make
degree
fun of
that.
anybody, bro. You have those fucking Juggalo pants. The ones with the suspenders that hang down. You know what I'm talking about? The big black...
And a bunch
You know
of
what I'm
zippers that lead
Trips.
to nothing.
Yeah, those. Yeah, you can't talk about nobody's fucking style, bro, when you own a pair of those.
Dude,
But
you're-
those
you're
were
a step
paired
away.
with a pair of Osiris's and like some kind of
Oh my
like
God.
tap out tee at the time.
Bro,
that was
you-
2011
or
boots.
or Tom Hardy. Dude, you're one
I-
step away from a barcode tattoo. You should maybe calm down. Don't laugh. There are trees on the forearm. You don't get a safe
I used to shove motherfuckers like boots in fucking wall lockers and give them swirlies on the fucking daily in high school.
Well, I mean, that applies to me too.
Yeah, but you're still the size where you could get a swirly.
Wait, you wore those
So were you.
those weird goofy
No,
pants?
I wore hand-me-downs.
Now, I had
most
some
of the time
Jinkos
until I
back in
was
the day.
Old enough to get my own shit.
Bro, you know that dude on TikTok that's always like skating and he's got the fucking JUCOs and he's got the fucking the Hawaiian shirt unbuttoned.
Oh, yeah.
Every time I see his fucking videos, bro, I'm like, that just fucking takes me back, bro, to like wearing those fucking JNCOs with the fucking Hawaiian shirt unbuttoned, but you always had like a fucking wife beater on underneath.
Yep. And a puka shell. Gotta rock the pukas.
Listening to Sugar Ray.
And the Live Strong bracelet.
Oh,
A lot of people hated on Sugar Ray too, but I fucked with Sugar Ray hard, bro.
I'm surprised
I mean-
Raleigh didn't mention Panic at the Disco, considering he's wearing a shirt paying tribute to it.
And making fun of people who wear fucking nail polish when Panic at the Disco was fucking peak emo.
Bro, it is. It really is.
You just put on 9 in the afternoon and they come out the woodworks, myself included.
It is peak emo, bro. I hated it at the time. I really did. Like growing up, like because I grew up through the peak emo time, the Fallout Boy and fucking My Chemical Romance and Panic at the Disco and all
I
that
love
shit.
them
dude. Like,
all, still do.
I was, just graduating high school, and so that was like peak emo time, or like in high school and then like all through high school. And I fucking hated it at the time, but at the time I was kind of like associated with like that punk scene.
So you
Yeah,
had to
so-
hate it.
Yeah, and so like all your friends would make fun of it, and you're like, yeah, bro, My Chemical Romance fucking sucks. But as soon as they hop out the car, you're like, put on some My Chemical Romance real quick.
But no, I guess a better way to answer that.
Flip through the
that earlier
CDs.
question was
Yeah.
I was at the level where I would listen to some of it, but I wasn't at the level where it would bleed into my personality, and I wouldn't listen to like Asking Alexandria and Black Veil Brides and shit.
I don't.
Or August Burns Red.
Who?
First of all-
pretty good though.
You gotta listen to that. If you're
Yeah.
into that kind of up and down,
just-
it's very screamo-y, which I know
Yeah,
you
no,
don't
once
know
they
enough
start
about the genre to
Once they
separate
start
it, but-
screaming, he gets scared and has flashbacks to his mom yelling at him for being a piece of fuck. And
Bro, you had the same childhood as Forrest Gump. You realize that, right?
I'm not a smart man, but I know what
We know.
it is.
we know.
And I'm not talking shit about Forrest Gump.
I'm just talking shit about you.
I love Forrest Gump. But
So,
I
like,
had
what is it
somebody
about?
stop me at Albertsons like a week ago. I was standing in self checkout, and she goes, "Is that Forrest Gump on your arm?" Yeah.
So, what is it about the screaming that you don't like, Boots?
I really can't put my finger on it, but I just do not enjoy it.
I haven't even tried to put my finger on it.
Growing up, my mom always used to call it shit like Satan music because, like, at that time, like Job for a Cowboy was like real big at that time, and they were from
squeals.
Yeah, and they were from like the valley and shit like that. And she'd be like, "Turn that damn Satan music down," because you know you can't listen to metal at like a normal volume. I can't just have quiet metal playing. So what, Jeremy? What's your no shame song, bro? That shit comes on. You're in the car cruising, and you are just getting fucking down to it. You don't care who sees you, who spots you.
Bro, late '90s, early 2000s boy bands. Bro, you hit me with some 98
NSYNC?
Degrees, Backstreet Boys, NSYNC.
Oh hell
I don't
yeah!
give a shit, and I got a hell of a system in the truck. You hear that bitch all the way across the intersection, loud and clear.
Ah, fuck that. Shania Twain, baby.
I wouldn't even call
Fuck
that
that,
like
too.
a no shame. I feel like Shania Twain is one of those where like any man would just get down to.
This shit, let's go, girls. I'm ready.
Right.
So that's what yours is, Boots?
Yeah. I'm still hoping for that for next year's Super Bowl. The fuck?
What about
Is
you,
that
bro?
who's
What's your
set to play? Is like
I mean,
No, that's what I'm
Tim and
hoping for.
Shania? Oh,
the only thing I can think of, there's two. So, "How to Save the Life" by The Fray. I will fucking scream that at the top of my lungs. And then just a couple songs by Rascal Flatts. Although obviously I don't really have them come
I
on
don't
too
know.
often.
I don't know if Rascal Flatts would be one that I'd want to hide anyway.
I mean, I don't really have a hide, bro. Like whatever comes on, and if it fucking shimmies my dingus, bro, I am fucking.
Adele.
Anything-
Bro, I jam out to a
Yeah.
lot of Adele too.
Adele's good
Right.
though, man.
God, she's
Adele.
so fucking
It's-
good.
She's got a fucking crazy voice.
Bruno Mars, bro, like that 24 karat
Yeah.
album,
That
bro. Like Perm
Whole
comes
album,
on,
front
bro,
to
Perm
back.
comes on. If you see me in my car, just mind your own fucking business. I just know
Right.
we're having a
About
good
what's
day.
going on over here?
There's some.
I didn't
stuff
know
that
we were
my-
supposed to be a shade of Bruno.
There's some stuff that my mom used to listen to, like Kelly Clarkson. Some of those songs come on. I'll sing
I
to
get
them.
down to some Kelly Clarkson.
Yeah.
Some of her older stuff, I don't like. Her,
I don't know any of
wouldn't
her
say-
newer stuff.
I
It's
wouldn't say
whatever my
newer
mom listened to.
stuff,
So
but, like, oh, bro, like Christina Aguilera, "Genie in a Bottle," bro. Every fucking time Britney Spears comes on, I'm getting it every fucking time, dude. And yes, I have that shit in my playlists.
Poison? Better shut it down.
yeah, I can't think. I'm still trying to think of any Lifehouse, Daltrey, that kind of stuff.
Eh,
Daughtry
Yeah, I
fucking
don't-
disappeared.
Nah, he was on
yeah.
Masked Singer a few years ago. He did really well.
you must have ran off with your dad.
Probably. Hey, the story's kind of long, man. There's always.
He's just trying to get his autograph. That's all.
Yeah. Old boy Carl is always at the register trying to pick lotto tickets for 26 years.
that how old you are?
Yeah.
Will, how old are you?
26. You feeling old yet?
I'm normal. Y'all are youngsters.
Half of the podcast right now sits on their sacks.
It's not by choice, damn it.
Just because yours aren't big enough to do that, that's on you, buddy. You're still in pecker territory. That's good shit,
God
man.
damn it.
Yeah, I can't think of really anything else that.
Bro, you ain't got no Miley in your playlist?
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Not that
I
I'd be
hit that
ashamed
one,
of.
No, like I
Bro.
just don't. No.
Party in the USA comes on, I'm getting it.
Every day.
Bro, okay, all right. So it's not so common now, but back in the Vine days, there was a ton of god awful screaming goat videos. And Party in the USA had one of those like fucking it was in one of those compilations, and I can't unhear those songs without the fucking goat screaming in the background.
It's like that one that they did of Linkin Park.
With the dogs.
He's crawling.
I love that. Bro, it makes me laugh every time.
But I'm sitting here listening to the music, and it's like waving my hands like,
Yeah.
And the Hanson one, fucking
Yeah.
Mbop, that's another banger, bro. That
Oh,
I make
yeah,
fun
dude,
of everybody for liking. But now I'm like, hey, bro, run me that hand, run the Hanson back real quick.
Oh,
Yeah, bro.
Lord. Lord is another one that I have a guilty pleasure with.
Oh, is that Royals?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing.
There was
Royals
another
a
one,
banger.
too.
Years ago.
Royals was a banger.
There was another one too that she made. It was really good.
That's like what is it? Hosier or what is it? Take Me to Church.
Yeah,
Yep.
I like that one.
But that dude's got some fucking vocals on him. Jeremy, have you
Yeah.
seen that one of him singing in
Right,
the
bro.
that New York subway? And
Yes.
he's like, bro, and he is just getting it.
Yeah, the guy that I posted in the group chat earlier, that Joshua Johnson, he did that song too, and the dude just has fucking. I can't explain it, man. He's got
Yeah.
a powerful voice, man.
It's
I
like
would say that's-
T-Pain, man. T-Pain's
yeah.
voice. That
Well-
dude can sing.
And that was hilarious
Yeah.
when that happened too, because everybody was like, T-Pain can't sing, T-Pain can't rap, T-Pain can't do this, T-Pain, because he used the auto tune so much.
Yeah.
But when
Bro,
he-
halfway through that season of Masked Singer, he did "Stay with Me" by Sam
Mhm.
Smith.
Yeah.
Bro, where
Bro.
the fuck did that come from? Like, that was wild, bro.
and
It's
everyone
borderline better than the original. And I mean that
everyone-
wholeheartedly. It was good.
everyone shit on him for using auto tune and saying that he can't sing. And then he dropped that, or NPR dropped that fucking Tiny Desk
Yes.
concert with,
Yes.
with him, bro. And people went fucking insane and were like, this man can actually fucking sing.
And then when you actually hear his singing voice, and then you go back and listen to his shit, and it's like, how did I not pick up on the fact that this guy was really spot on?
Yeah.
Like, he was good. Like, even go back and listen to like "Buy You a Drink." He sings a bunch in that song, like actually singing, not rapping. And it's crazy. It's like, how the fuck did I not like? I guess it's so auto tuned, you lose what's authentic and what isn't. You know.
Right.
And looking back, the auto tune it wasn't really helping him at all. You know what I mean?
Well,
Like,
and that was my thing. Like when the NPR dropped that Tiny Desk concert, I was like, bro, if he can sing like this, why has he been using auto tune this whole time?
because it blew up, bro. It was back in the
Yeah.
fucking Yin Yang Twins days. Like he was. I mean, you laugh in the the little
No.
bangers and shit back in the day, but
I laugh,
there
but
wasn't a club on this fucking planet that doesn't play his shit at least 4 or 5 times a night to this day.
I laugh because I was fucking banging that shit back in the. I still bang that shit, bro. T-Pain comes on, I don't care. I'm getting it. Lil Jon comes on, bro, getting it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ying Yang Twins come on, bro. Hey, little mama, let me whisper.
David Banner, or the Play.
Yep.
Usher has some good
shit.
stuff.
Oh, bro, Usher is next level of just.
Yeah.
Bro,
Usher's
if
fucking
you're-
amazing, bro.
I have said this since the day it came out, and I'll say it to the day I die. If you can't seal the deal to the My Way album, don't try. You're not gonna make it. Nice and slow, bro. Like, come on, get out of here.
And that's what I appreciate, like most in music, bro, is just like good vocals and shit like that, bro. Like, and that's my complaint with like newer music, newer country, newer. Bro, I've seen so many people live, like newer bands that have like opened up for some of the bands that I like that were headlining, and you see them live, and you're like, I'd rather listen to two fucking grandparents fuck with a fucking trash compactor in the background.
I'm not
Like, it's-
saying I'm interested. Okay, that's not what I'm saying. Okay, but I'm saying that might be something to listen to.
That's just my complaint with new music, bro. Like, and I guess it's part of what I grew up in the '90s alternative with fucking Chris Cornell and fucking
Oh God.
you name it, bro. That's just one of fucking
Dave
a
Grohl.
billion of them, bro. Dave Grohl. Even I wouldn't, but I would.
Creed's lead singer.
I wouldn't even pit Dave Grohl. I wouldn't even pit Dave Grohl in like the top vocalist spots. Don't get me wrong. His energy that he brings
good.
is energy, but bro, he's not on the same level as Chris Cornell or Smashing Pumpkins singer. What's his name?
Ew, fucking Billy Corgan.
Yes, dude, Billy Corgan. Now, and I say Billy Corgan because how he sounds on fucking CD or recorded is exactly how he sounds live.
All right, I'll give you that one. I have seen him live, and I do remember thinking that too.
Yes, and it was like same thing. Bumpin' Uglies when we saw them, bro. It's exactly how they sounded live as they do recorded, and I appreciate that more than, way more than having great vocals. It's like Kings of Leon.
Oh yeah.
Where he doesn't have that great vocals, he's just got that raspy. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
For sure.
But you see Kings of Leon live, and they sound exactly how they sound recorded.
I bet that's
And
a fun
sometimes Sex is on Fire. Like
Sometimes
I'd be a
They have
little
meds for
raspy
that, though.
too.
they have meds for that. Kings of Leon is a good
Quiet.
show,
He's
man. They do.
Because I used to play Use Somebody like just on repeat for
Yeah.
a while.
Oh, bro, when Kings, I think I fucking wore a hole in that motherfucking CD when Kings of Leon came out. Bro.
There's supposed to already be a hole in it.
That one. What was it? Dr. Dre's 2001 album.
Oh yeah.
That one, bro. I think I wore fucking grooves in that motherfucking album, dude. Like, I played that
Easily.
motherfucker so much, bro. Almost all of Eminem's original albums I played.
I was just gonna say that was
Nonstop.
like peak Eminem.
How do you
too,
guys
yeah.
feel about NF? Because I really enjoy NF.
I thought he was Eminem for the longest time. I'm not gonna lie. They sound
Yeah.
literally exactly the same, dude. Like I really
Oh,
thought it was Eminem.
oh, shook him. I was like, "What's NF?
Yeah.
Finland? What is this?"
I don't know, man. his shit is too sad for me, bro. Like, that's my thing. Is like, I don't
Y'all
know.
fuck with Logic?
Yeah, I
I
fuck with Logic.
I fuck with Logic
I,
hard.
I like. I like
have
the
full
fact that
a whole like dedicated playlist to my fucking my Logic energy.
I like the fact that Logic has excuse me, been himself, been tried and true to himself the whole fucking time, and he's not afraid to tell a fucking record album get fucked. I don't care. I'm doing it what I want to do. And you're not going to tell me that I have to sing a fucking this pop song in order for you to make me a fucking album. Either make my
Right.
fucking album the way I want it, or I'm not making an album through you. I'll go find someone else, or I'll do it myself.
He stopped making music, right, to be with his family. Is that right?
He just dropped an album like
Oh, did he?
a month ago.
I thought. Oh,
Yeah, he did take like a small break,
Little hiatus.
little hiatus, but he was. There's a documentary on one of the fucking Hulu, Netflix, one of the 60 million beaming streaming sites, where he kind of talked about the hiatus that he was going to take because he was tired of record labels trying to tell him what to do and how to make music.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's not, hasn't been that kind of person. And
I think it's just an episode of VH1's Behind the Music. I don't think that's a.
It might have been, dude. I don't know. I don't watch cable though, so like if it was a VH1 Behind the Music, I saw it on Hulu or Netflix.
Bro, I don't think VH1 is a thing anymore, bro.
Oh, I see. If that tells you how long it's been since I've watched cable. Speaking of, bro, like MTV has gone to shit, dude. Like
That's been the case for a while.
well,
It
I
hasn't
know
been
that.
actual music since
I'm
like
just saying, I remember waking
2001.
up. What was it? Saturday. Well, they had Saturday Night fucking Metal. Started at like 10 p.m.
Headbangers Ball with
Headbangers Ball.
Jamie Jostin, the lead singer of Hatebreed.
Yeah, Hatebreed. Yeah.
It's the time. Oh, it's
Yeah.
the fucking
Hatebreed
shit.
was-
Yeah, dude.
Another fucking great show, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so like that, and then they had, what was it, Sunday morning they played country music, but that was right around the time CMT came out as well. And CMT was pretty
I
good.
think
Country
CMT
Music
is-
Channel.
Yeah, I think they're just as old. I think maybe they were just blowing up a little more.
Yeah. But all they played was music back in like their prime, their glory days. You had like TRL at like 4, like your main news, slots. But other than that, it was just music around the clock. You could fucking put on MTV, fall asleep, wake up to Girls Gone Wild, fall back asleep, wake up to fucking
Mesothelioma commercials, and then fall back asleep, and then get up and go to school.
yeah, and then while you're getting ready to go to school, they'd have their top 10 countdown for the week. You know what I'm saying? Of the top 10, songs in the country at the time.
You know what's crazy? The fucking playlist was identical, like every single day. And I always timed that shit out because they would play Toxicity. Like, that was my fucking tell. When they played Toxicity, it was time for me to go catch the bus. Because, like, it was, you know what I mean? Like, it was that predictable.
System of a Down too, bro. Just fucking revolutionary.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think there's very, very few people that I've talked to in life that say they did not like. Even people who don't like metal still listen to System of a Down.
Yeah, it's a good, because of their softness, if you will. They were more appealing to the Wills and the Boots of the world.
Well, that's only like their mainstream stuff that is like that. If you go back in time, bro, and like listen to like, what was it, Sugar,
Spiders, dude.
Spiders, dude, like that shit was pretty.
Yeah, but
fucking
even
heavy.
then, it was so political, bro. Like they were their generation's Rage Against the Machine. You know what I mean?
Oh
like,
yeah, absolutely.
And Surge, I think they're all Armenian. I want to say, and that whole like.
But
I'm not even
Surge
gonna speak on it because I don't know enough.
Yeah.
Surge made
But
his own
Surge-
music though.
Yep.
Separately.
It's super
Yeah.
trancy. Like it's very like
That's one thing I never got
mushrooms.
into. Was
You
like,
gotta. I think you got to do a lot of acid to listen to his music because I don't.
The only
I
song that
don't
I
fuck with
really
it.
liked was "Empty Walls" by Surge.
heard any. I don't think I've heard any of his music, but I've heard the same thing that what Jeremy was saying, where it's kind of like trancey, and I never really got into like the EDM side of stuff.
Dubstep, but maybe not so much of like the.
Not even that, dude. I've got like probably like a handful of songs that I'll listen to, like fucking Darude, Satisfaction by Benny Benassi.
Oh yeah, you like Flux
Yeah.
Pavilion, Bass Nectar, fucking Bass Nectar's disgusting, bro. Even
it was
Skrillex,
like-
the mainstream stuff, like
There's a few Skrillex songs that I like.
Deadmau5.
Like Skrillex has one with
Judge that name from 2013 now.
he's got one with Damon Marley Jr.
oh yeah,
Yep.
I know.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
It's kind of got like a reggae undertone
Yeah,
to it,
yeah.
but then like it breaks down into like that whole.
I got you. Stand by. I
How's it
know
go?
that one.
You know exactly what I'm talking. You know exactly
Make it
what I'm
Bondem.
talking about. Yeah, that one.
Yep.
I'm up
Released
18, I'm down.
early 2012.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. I just never.
What
really
about
got
like
into them.
Bangarang?
Back in 2012, when that thing was a thing.
There's a few like David Guetta ones that I like.
Oh yeah, word.
Like yeah, he did like a few. Like he did one with like Rihanna. And I actually really dig that one that he recently did with what was her name, BB Rexa or however the hell you say that shit.
I think it's BBC or BBW. He got too excited about it.
You know what I'm talking about, though. It's all over TikTok.
I do. I do.
Uh, It's all over TikTok. I fucking
What
do
do you guys think?
BBWs?
What genre does Odessa fall under? Like, is
I
that
don't
still
know what it
considered
is.
Odessa? You know, like Forza,
Steve Aoki.
A Moment Apart.
Oh, that's like fucking.
Is that still considered EDM? And like, what
Yeah, that's EDM.
subgenre
That's-
of EDM would that fall under? Because I like
House, house music.
Bro, even it's all the Linkin Park kids like post Meteora. It got so fucking weird after that, man. I'm not gonna say I don't like Linkin Park because that's just not true. But their early stuff is
Where did Linkin Park come from? Fucking Forza music.
Right.
because because all their later shit, that's what it all turned into, is that fucking
I only listened to I think 2
Yeah.
albums from them. I don't
I
know.
wonder
what
if
they're-
Chester
soundtrack
off
for the
himself.
anime kids, bro.
Are you mad, Rodney? Are you upset about it? You got to go
I'm
home.
upset about it. I mean, it was a
Fucking
sad
all day.
day, dude, because like Chester,
Yeah.
Linkin Park, like the Meteora, and the album before that, bro, like was just
Hybrid Theory is
Yes, Hybrid Theory.
I think I
that
liked
is
Meteor
those are
more-
the
more than Hybrid
albums. Yeah, those are like the albums of like Jeremy's and I's middle age, like 15, 16 high school year.
oh
Um,
yeah.
Like
Yeah,
15,
for sure.
16 high school year. Those were like the albums of like everybody listened to it, bro. They brought everyone together. It didn't matter what kind of music you liked. It didn't matter what culture you were from. Everyone
Concerts
fucked
were
with like
fucking unreal. They were fucking unreal. They were good,
Yeah.
man.
Well, and Chester put on an amazing fucking show, and so that's why whenever he did do whatever he did, and died, whether he did it or not is another discussion.
Mhm.
Do we need to go back to conspiracies?
Yes. That's why it was so heartfelt by the community,
Yeah.
is because of the way that their shows were, bro. Their shows were, it felt personal.
Yeah. I used to listen to Faint so much.
Yeah. But I think that would fall, to answer your question, I think it would fall under like house music.
Okay.
A Paper Cut and A Place for My Head. That's got to be the top two best fucking Linkin Park songs, and they weren't even like the singles.
I'm surprised we made
Those are
the
good
whole
ones.
episode without mentioning Posty at all.
I was getting there because when he brought up the Tiny Desk thing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Travis Barker, Post Malone, and somebody who I'm sure is important that I just frankly don't remember, but they did a remote concert at the break of COVID, and they like all filmed it. Either I don't know if they were all in the same house, just in different corners. When you're on the caliber of fucking old Posty or Travis Barker, you got a crib big enough that somebody else could
You've
set
got
up a
2 zip
studio
codes
there
in your
and you wouldn't
house.
fucking,
Yeah.
yeah, you wouldn't fucking know, right? But they did an entire like tribute to Nirvana set, and
Yeah.
it was fucking amazing.
I'm gonna have to go
Yeah.
listen to that. I haven't heard that
And-
yet.
I don't know if
Have
you
it?
guys don't follow old Austin Malone on TikTok or any of his social media platforms. You need to, man. Like he is I want to kick it with that guy. I don't give a fuck about his music. Honestly, I don't even really listen to a ton of his music. I'm a fan of the guy
He's the only
more
one
than I
that-
am
who
his music.
we would have like a slim chance in hell if we were to like send an email and say, "Yo, we're having this big party at X, Y, and Z wherever." We have like a 0.5% chance of him showing up versus 0 of anyone else.
You got money.
What?
Oh man, I might get kicked here in a second.
What?
Orders in the internet machine.
No, Squadcast
What?
is asking me if I'm still around, and even though I replied that I'm still around, it's like automatically leaving.
Oh,
Yeah, it asked me to. Yeah, I don't really fuck with Posty's music. I will give you that quarantine concert thing that he did was pretty dope. And then he's done a few like Brad Paisley covers, like he did "I'm Gonna Miss Her."
he did
I
it
don't know if
better
you've seen
than
that one.
Paisley did.
Well, the
Well-
thing is like he's
well-
a big like undercover bluegrass kind of outlaw Hank the Third style of music. He's really into that shit. So
Yeah.
it's starting to become more and more.
Okay.
Anyway.
And we're back. Minus
Shut up,
Will.
dudes. It wasn't funny the first time.
Way to do that.
But fuck, made me forget what the fuck I was blabbering on about.
Posty
Posty.
bluegrass.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like really into that, like Cody Jones and Coulter Wall, like that style.
Yeah.
Or, you know, so when you see him play like off the cuff, off the record, it's badass, dude. And I would love to go see him, not for his fucking commercial music, but the shit he would just play at a concert. You know what I mean?
It always like strikes me as odd. He hangs out with all these rappers, but then in his personal time, he's just doing like drinking Bud Light and doing country ass shit, and it just kind of clashes. But he
I
makes it
feel
work.
like I fuck with that guy a lot. Like that's
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, like I said, I never really got into like his music. There's one or two.
That
Like
one
Go
he did for
Flex.
the Spider-Man soundtrack was pretty baller too.
Sunflower.
What is it?
Oh, is that what it
Flex.
is? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I really fuck
Flex
with his
is good.
music, so he's actually like 3 of his CDs are the only ones I've actually paid for ever. So
One of the first CDs that I ever bought was and I'm surprised we didn't bring this band up, is the Korn Untouchables album. Is like one of the first ones I bought. I bought a Seven Dust album before that. I think I've paid for every
Korn,
Chili Peppers album.
Oh yeah, Corn, Limp Biscuit, bro.
Yes.
How did we
Bro,
avoid
Limp
Biscuit?
Limp Biscuit is. It's funny because I actually watched that Woodstock '99 documentary on Netflix the other day.
Oh, I've been meaning to. I haven't yet though.
And well, anyways, I kind of spoil it a little bit. They try to like kind of like blame some like the shit that happened on Limp Bizkit for like riling up the crowd. But the thing of it is like, bro, that's a Limp Bizkit show, dude. Like any show that you've been to, he's known for just going in and riling the crowd up and then just fucking destroying the venue.
Oh,
that's Limp Bizkit. I don't know. Have you ever been to a Limp Bizkit show or
I
Unfortunately,
never
no.
got to know.
bro? It is through the fucking roof, dude. Just nonstop. It carries the same energy that you get when you listen to the album, but it's just live. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Like, bro, when break stuff comes on, you really just want to fucking break something. I don't care what you're
And
doing.
rolling
Yeah,
my way. Like,
it's just like Kid Rock too. Like back in the day, Cowboy.
oh yeah, the whole Ball with the Ball album. Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
all right, I got one for you. Static X.
That was never really my thing. Heard a
No,
few
you never
songs
got
by
into
them,
them? Wisconsin Death Trip and Cold
Yeah.
and yeah.
but yeah, I never really got into any of that. But like I said, at that time when they were big, was kind of like when I was going through like my punk and metal scene. So like it was either like punk or like metal, and that soft rock wasn't really wasn't feeling that soft rock.
Giggity.
Needed to be hard or nothing.
Oh yeah. Pushing rope.
Wow.
Man.
All right, well, I guess the studio put this, brought this one to an end for us this time.
Yeah.
We'll go and wrap this up. We will, I'm sure, interject music into further episodes. Just new shit we're into, stuff. Fucking Son of the Dirty South is a new song by Jelly Roll and Brantley Gilbert. Highly recommend that one. I've been cranking the fuck out of that lately. But anyway, another good episode. New ones drop every Monday or just whenever.
Whenever we get to it.
Whatever. Life's weird, man. The episodes come when they come. Once a week, bitch. Be happy they come out. You guys are still listening to this point. Been real. Been fun. See you next week.
Later.
Yeah, boy.